Wellness Show, episode 74.
Welcome to The Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. So welcome to The Wellness Show, and we have Marguerita Vorobioff, which is a Russian name.
It.
And you think I would know how to pronounce it, seeing as I've lived with the Doukhobor people for a long time. I grew up with them. So, Marguerita, you're from Australia, right?
I certainly am. Dinkum Die Aussie.
Yeah. And what part of Australia?
I live in Queensland, the best part.
Yeah,
Queensland. I actually live. Yeah, I live in a little place called Tamborine Mountain, which is in the Gold Coast hinterland. So I have the best of both worlds. I live a mountain lifestyle, but I'm right behind the Gold Coast. So it's very cool. So
how far is that from Townsville?
Oh, gosh. Townsville's like we're mid Australia,
yeah.
And Townsville's right up the top. So we're about probably 800, 900 kilometres from Townsville.
So you're south or north?
South.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get a sense, having been in Australia when I was 21 and working in the sugarcane industry and all of that, that part of the coast and going out on the Great Barrier Reef was some of my fond memories. So.
Oh, it's such a beautiful experience to be. I used to dive the Great Barrier Reef up in Cairns. And just gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, truly gorgeous. But we're not here to talk about the Great Barrier Reef. We're here to talk about you. And so you're a sound healer. Is that how you call yourself? Is that sort of the niche you call? I know you're a coach and you help people discover who they are and all those great things. But do you call yourself a sound coach?
Yeah, well, I'm a sound healer, so that's my greatest gift.
Yeah,
and it's not all that I do. So and a lot of people are more familiar with things like emotional freedom technique or EFT tapping and coaching. So I kind of use those labels, but really my predominant skill and gift is the sound healing. I trained for many years as an opera singer, and surprise, surprise, that just never worked. It never took off. And then all of a sudden, this other stuff opened up. I went through this journey that was more like a series out of the Twilight Zone. It was very bizarre. And I discovered I had this gift as a sound healer. So, yeah, I channeled something called light language, which some of your listeners will probably be familiar with. It's a code, and it's all about transformation and consciousness. And that's what I sing now these days.
So how did that happen? You were just singing away and then all of a sudden, boom, it came through? I mean, you were in the Twilight Zone? How did that happen?
Yeah. No, it was really weird. So I'll try and make it as short as possible. But I started hanging out with some spiritual friends. Now, I was born Catholic. I was dyed-in-the-wool Catholic. Right. And spirituality was not really my thing. And I thought, these friends of mine, they would literally go out and hug trees and feel energy. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. I'm happy for you. But I'm just going to sit back here and in my stuck state and I'm happy. And then all of a sudden, I actually went to the grounding of a mystery school. And I still don't know what a mystery school is, to be honest. I'm a little bit ignorant about mystery schools. But this woman got up and started speaking this language. And it was light language. And my whole body just started to kind of quiver. And I could just feel my cells starting to vibrate. I had never experienced anything like this in my life. And it really was a bit freaky. Meanwhile, my husband was beside me. And for years, we'd wake up in the morning and my husband would go, "You've been speaking that weird language again." And I'd go, "Oh, it's just sleepy talk." Again, no, it's a definite language. Yeah. My father was multilingual and he spoke about 7 languages, being European background. And I just figured I was speaking what I heard from him because I'd never learnt another language. And it turns out I was speaking light language in my sleep. And my body and my energy system recognized what she was speaking. And I went up and spoke to her afterwards, and she just mentored me until I brought it through consciously and started to sing it. It was a very, for me, it was a scary time in my life because as I said, spirituality wasn't my thing.
Right.
And I felt like everything was out of control.
You must have felt like a bit of an alien. An alien's taken over your body.
I still feel like an alien, but I've come to accept it now.
Right.
I've just gone, yep, I'm an alien living a human experience, and I'm good with that now.
So tell me about the light language. Is this something that goes back through, say, Atlantis, Lemuria, and all that, or?
Oh, well, as far as I know, it's from the days of the Mayans and the Incas. So it's a long time ago, but not necessarily as far back as Atlantis. They did use it back in the days of the Mayans and the Incas. And it's actually encoded in every cell of our body. It is a light code.
Right.
And when we're exposed to it, a lot of people who are into light language actually write light language, whereas mine is spoken, and there's a lot more people who are discovering, because all of us can speak light language.
Right.
It's just whether that's awakened in you yet.
So is it like a multi-language, or is it a standard? Like if I was learning how to write in light language, is it a standard like alphabet of language, or is there different for different peoples, or how does that work?
Yeah, no, the people, it's closely aligned with sacred geometry.
Okay.
So there is a crossover there, and you can learn sacred geometry, but most of the people that I have come across who write light language, it's actually like automatic writing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that makes perfect sense. I don't know whether you've had a chance to look at, the 5 primary languages on the planet, that they really are the tube torus, that when you take the slice of the tube torus, the smallest bit of it, and you rotate it, you'll get the language. So you rotate it this way, you get an A, and you rotate it this way, you get a B, C. So these languages are sacred geometry. Even the letters of the Tibetan and English and Chinese, not so much Chinese because it's more gone into characters, are all based on the fundamental concept of a tube torus. So it is all
I didn't know that.
geometry. Yeah, it's amazing. You can find it on the website that you can actually turn this slice off of it. It's the smallest piece. If you were to take a tube torus and cut all the pieces off until the very last piece that gives you the geometry of it, and then spin it, that's where you get the alphabet. And so you can do that on the web and literally play with it and spell out the alphabet. So you're absolutely right.
Wow.
It is sacred geometry. And so it predates all languages, or let's maybe say all languages come from the light language. Then that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think light language encompasses all languages. And
yes.
see, I don't know many people myself personally who speak light language, but all of us have our own light language.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are multilingual. I have actually expressed some multilingual qualities in my light language, but everybody has their own light language, and of course it's of a very, very high frequency, and it raises our consciousness. It reminds us of who we are, and it brings in incredible healing. So it's very, very powerful.
So I would think that it activates what we call the 12 strands in your DNA. It's like we're literally a soul song that you're singing to your DNA and activating. That's what I would think of it. But that's...
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I can't claim to really know. One of my biggest challenges with channeling this was I kept wanting to know what the hell I was doing. What am I doing? What am I speaking? What's coming through? And all I ever got was, you don't need to know. Just get out of the road and do the work.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of humility involved in
what
that.
It does.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon?
There's a little bit of humility involved in that, that you're the conduit. You don't need to know very much more about this. So, it takes people like me that are inquisitive, that say, well, where did this come from? Is it Atlantis, Lemurian? Is it from the ancient bird tribes? Is it off planet? Does it mean that there's different star systems? There's different light languages, and on and on and on. And like you said, it doesn't matter. Just shut up and listen, right?
That's right. But I do think, I'm not sure about the activation of the DNA, but I do know that it's an upgrade. It's definitely an upgrade for us physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So, and it comes, you get what you need. Everybody gets something different and everybody gets exactly what they need. So it's a tuning. And maybe that is part of the upgrade into the, activating the 12 strands of DNA. It is also an activation of some kind.
Yeah.
But if I were to tell you what that meant, I would be just lying.
Well, we don't care. It sounds good, though. It sounds really, it sounds like what we're talking about, which is important. So how do you incorporate this incredible ability that you've been gifted with, which you really can't own because you can't be attached because it's not really you, but how do you incorporate that into your coaching?
Yeah, well, with my premium clients, what I normally do is I do the coaching and the processes and the mentoring and the emotional freedom technique and the clearing, and then right at the end of every session, I'll always do a light language sound healing.
Wow.
But this is something that I have come to realize over the last 6 months, is that my light language is not for sale. And it's not that I don't think spiritual people should earn money from their gifts. Please don't get me wrong. So many different ways that I can earn money. And there's so many different gifts and talents that I have that I can leverage to bring in a really good income. But the light language itself is just a gift to the world. And I've put together a project at the moment to actually put out a lot more light language just in general. So I'm doing videos and podcasts and other recordings to just release more of my light language and my sound healing onto the world for people to just, whoever comes across it and wants to take advantage of that, they get the upgrade. And, for those who want to work with me in different ways, they can find different ways to work with me. But yeah, my light language I've just decided that it's not for sale.
That's very powerful. I did that with my deep clearing too. I mean, it's my premier thing that I created to help people clear, and I just gave it away. And as a result of that, everything took off because it's my gift to the planet, right? And
Absolutely.
So I like that. It will really, really take you to the next level too. So, but I do love the idea that, and I'm sure you'll continue to do that, where your clients get the opportunity to have a upgrade at the end of every session. That's really, really powerful. Sounds very, very exciting.
It is, particularly with all the clearing that I do during the session. So you and I met at an event in the United States where we learned the instant miracle technique, which is a powerful clearing process. And I love EFT, and there's the peace process and Byron Katie's work, and incorporating all of that. And once people they've really, really cleared the energy space, the sound healing just takes it to a whole new level. So yeah, it's a powerful combination.
Yeah, I would say that actually it anchors it. I mean, again, I'm putting words on it. But, the others are the clearing, but this is really anchoring. It really puts it in the DNA so the DNA can really come to rest. I know, and I'm a sound healer too. I work with quantum sound therapy, which is really vibrational frequencies that come from your voice. So in your voice, is more information than there is in your fingerprint. So I'm using your voice as your guide to help you clear the trauma in your field and with the clients that I work. So I know that it's very, very powerful to have a person experience their voice that literally then guides them and releases them. And I know that their DNA just sort of like relaxes because it's familiar with these sounds in a way that, like you said, when you heard it for the first time, or it just vibrated inside of yourself, and you knew you had to go there. So
it was just like all my cells were shouting at once, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Hear that. Right. That's who you are. That's what you do. It was a remembering, and everything inside of me just lit up all of a sudden. And for the uninitiated who didn't know what was going on, I'll tell you what, it was not a lot of fun. I didn't enjoy it. But when I started to understand it and allow it, Tyson, the allowing, just the sense of allowing the journey to unfold and not pushing and fighting. And we were just talking before we had a conversation about bringing in the whole brain approach to how we achieve stuff. And we can achieve amazing things by simply allowing ourselves to be all we can be. And this is what these energies and these techniques are. We're shedding all the conditioning and all the stuff that is telling us who we have to be, how we have to do it, how we have to be in society, that we have to comply. God, the word comply, I just wish we could pull it out of the bloody dictionary.
Right.
Because we have been compliant for way too long, and it has kept us so small. And this is what I am so passionate about. The project I have called Liberate Humanity, but it's really about liberating you and liberating every individual that I come into contact with. And I try to keep that uppermost in my mind in everything that I do. That's still something I'm working on because I'm still conditioned in so many ways. But the more I focus on how can every single person who comes into my field, how can I help to liberate them out of their conditioning?
But the beauty of the sound, though, the sound. I just want to get in here because you trigger something in me. Again, it's the sound of your voice. But the beauty of sound is the brain can't grab it. The sound bypasses the rational brain, goes right to the very core of who you are. So you help people clear just by helping them discover their own soul sound, their own song that they bring, which is beyond all the conditioning, like you say, and we get to sing. So if that's true, do you actually help people to discover and sing their own light language?
No, I haven't stepped into that realm yet. I haven't felt inspired to, but maybe sometime in the future I will step into that. When people are ready, I'll help them step into that. But at the moment, I got to tell you, Tyson, I love being a diva. Yeah, I love being the center of attention.
I get that. I mean, I work with divas. I have worked with divas. Honest to God, I have, and helping them remove the blocks in their singing voice so they can deliver more. And this is a person who has done 8 operas for children that are in the Italian opera, and she brings them all together, teaches them how to do this, and present it on the stage. She just won another award and another opera that she does. I want to bring her the sound equipment to support all these kids finding their true voice, right, as they learn how to deliver this on the stage. So, yeah, I want every kid to be a diva. I want every kid to stand on this stage and be able to sing their heart out from their soul. To me, nothing could be more of a gift to humanity than allowing people to do that. So the idea of set your soul song free, helping people learn what that soul song is, what you would be very gifted in helping them do, so they can sing it. Having done that in a workshop in Hawaii, for me, it was the most powerful thing you can imagine, is being allowed to let my voice just be free and get past all the barriers so I could just be comfortable and projecting it, and then learning how to sing in a group, which is like doing mantras, right? And then, as a matter of fact, it happened to be when I got married. We got married in Haleakala Crater. And so the end of this is that he was there as well, and we were on different levels going up the side of the crater, singing in 3-part harmony on the switchbacks, because we spontaneously were able to do that. Nobody taught us. So anyway.
Wow.
The exciting aspect of allowing us to do that, and you helping us to do that, I mean, to me, that could be really, really amazing. So we're getting close.
Well, it's interesting.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's interesting because I know that in some of the workshops that I've done, I have, it's giving people permission, I guess, to absolutely explore the light language themselves. And be able to, I've had conversations in light language with people, and it brings them to tears because they haven't necessarily, they've known it within themselves that they have this ability, but they haven't allowed themselves to explore it, or they haven't understood it. And then it allows them to open that part of themselves up. And yeah, it's very liberating for them. Very liberating.
Well, I love that. And so we're now at the 20-minute mark, and now it's time for you, Margaret, to give us a taste of what you're talking about. So take it away.
Okay. Well, everybody, I just want you to close your eyes. Take a really deep breath. Set the intention that you are ready to step into your full power and potential, to shed all the old stories, Shed all the old paradigms. Get ready to shine your brilliant, beautiful, amazing light to the rest of the world. Let go of all the fears and the doubts and the conditioning. And just allow the sound to take you to that place of who you truly are. Remembering where you came from. Nyatsa prayatia katsiatonna, tritsa shantalia totsenia mia. Ensantrikaya tsote achniatsa tolia shenta tratsia katana. Etsa brigantia kotsia nenta tritzantia shunte ila tsiata pronta kia la nansa. Sempre l'azzano scenda, Eironazzo scendami, Eiroshina, Eironazzo, Tamashinatsu. Teira leina tashonansi arilone shana sutrelena tirelo shansa tuarilu Tralanen sondelalazzu, trailama chansonte, Mishen sondarilamanda, Rilishunan sandare, Ulishinin sa, Sandarena, Om Shansanta Rela Mansa Mashansan Inashensan Shinapakansia totenna latanansia toshniaka. Dita transania tolia tensa tishnakia kotsentia prialatanna. Sikolia tiana manta trazia shantialata otsa. Miantrakela kiatsamanta. Dotsia shinta. Briala kansa. Etia manta kotsa ia. Eta pria la shantia kola. Intama. 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 Nitsa prata kola. Eshansetta. Min santre illa dansa. Gently bringing your awareness back into this present moment, back to wherever you're seated, back into this current existence. Gently coming back, being aware of your breath, being aware of the air around you, becoming aware of your surroundings, and taking a deep breath in and breathing out, becoming fully present. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Back. So I'm assuming that this varies and it changes according to when, the time that you do that, the people in the room, why you're doing it. It all just varies, right? You just open your mouth and it comes.
It comes. It's a channeling. It's never the same.
Yeah.
And it does depend on the listeners, on the energy, on the current frequency, all the variables. And I just have to trust and allow whatever is needed to come through, and everybody gets something different from it. So yeah, it's a deep activation.
So somebody out there really needed to have a distorted microphone experience. We're not quite ready for the full magnitude of what you're going to deliver, so we're stepping it up. So the next time you're going to get the full bore.
Full experience, absolutely. So maybe you just have to turn it down and just let the distortion sort of ride. Just ride the distortion.
Well, it's still there. It's all there. It's
The energy's
the interesting thing is because of the highness and the frequencies that you're singing, a lot of what you're doing isn't even in a human range of us being able to hear, which is exciting too. When you think about the lower notes are activating just like the high ones, and the only thing that we really experience in our ears, and by the way, that really did activate my ears, is just the sound range that we're limited to understanding.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Clairsentience and people who hear other frequencies have actually said that I'm singing polyphonic tones. So even that's not something that I've learned or something I understand, it's just what's coming through with the sound.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I mean, so that's sound on top of sound, right? Is that like polysonic is like overtones? Is that correct? It's even more than
polyphonic singing. If you Google polyphonic singing, there is the most amazing woman.
Yes, I've seen her. Isn't she?
Oh my God, that is just mind-blowing how she does that. And that's somebody who consciously shifts their vocals to be able to do that. That's a very special art form.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But spiritually and with the frequencies, there is that happening over what I am doing. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how that skinny little lady can have that sound come out of her. It's just like, I was awestruck or awe-smacked or however you say it. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I was blown away too. She is something else. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Mm.
Well, we're getting near the end of the show, and obviously we're having you back to give you an upgrade. We obviously need an upgrade. We've had the low grade. Now we're going to get the upgrade. So how do people get...
I do apologize for that. I'm really sorry.
I'm just teasing you. It's all perfect. It's all
yeah, it is. It always is. It always is perfect.
Yeah, it's always perfect. So how do people get hold of you?
Well, my website is Pitbull Mindset, Pitbull mindset.com. So I'm a little different to a lot of other light workers in that I'm here. I'm in business, and
Right.
I'm here to bring transformation. So clearing all the stuff, all the old stuff, all the old paradigms, and bringing in the new stuff. So it's pitbullmindset.com. I also teach people light language and share loads of other different information or transformation techniques on my site. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see that pitbull in you. I mean, I can just see those jaws coming down. So you better get into your divine truth, right? So thank you for being
Absolutely.
on the show.
I don't muck around. I don't take any nonsense, and I don't allow people to stay stuck in their stories.
No.
I'm here to just get them through their stories.
No stories with Marguerita. No stories are allowed. No, just get over yourself.
It's time to shift.
Just show up and be authentic. Or you're going to get what for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So it was a pleasure to have you on this show. We're going to have you back, and thank you once again. Bye for now.
Well, thank you, Tyson. It's been an honor. Bye. See everybody.
Bye-bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.